Hello everyone, it is me, the SWIS, and today we'll be doing a very special video. This took weeks of planning and days of editing. This is Top 10 iOS Shooter Games. Alright, so before we jump into the video, I want to thank everyone who voted. Now I just want to go over the criteria for the top 10. We're only allowing one game per franchise, and we're only allowing iOS original games, so ports like BioShock and Enemy XCOM Unknown, as awesome as they are, sadly are not allowed in this list. So since we've gotten that out of the way, let's jump straight into the video. Number 10. Pixel Gun 3D. So this is a well fleshed out Minecraft style shooter game which has a variety of modes which makes it so fun. It features a comic style story mode, a cooperative mode to play with your friends, and a multiplayer mode of course, and that's the meat of the game. We're talking lots of maps, even more awesome weapons like a friggin' lightsaber, and of course an active community of noobs to wreck. I don't know what's not to like about this game.
Pixel Gun 3D.
Number 9.
Epoch, he has to be stopped. I can end all of this. But I need your help one last time.
Badass alert, Epoch 2.
One last time, and we can all be free.
Okay, so this is a post-apocalyptic game with a Terminator-like vibe, where you control Epoch, an acrobatic robot who fares well in adrenaline-pumping situations. This game features amazing graphics and a wide variety of enemies to fight, which is done with great touch controls, too. Number 8. Deus Ex The Fall. Yeah, you pronounce it like that. This is a made for iOS title based on the console franchise that doesn't fall to any compromises. And as a bonus, we got another badass up in here. Although the game might not look particularly good, it does have two methods of kicking ass: stealthily or straight head-on. And that's a tactical choice not even the Modern Combat franchise is doing right now, so this is very impressive for mobile. Number 7. Trigger Fist. This game takes a really weird idea that sounds like an awkward pitch from the weird guy in the boardroom into a genuinely awesome game. It really is just like any other shooter game on the App Store, but the difference is there's no Y-axis. So by taking out precise aiming, basically, this game eliminates like all the problems main reviewers have with iOS touchscreen games in general. So people can just focus on the good shooting fun. And there's a goat. Apparently there's a goat. There's no story in this game, and the main focus is on the multiplayer, which ultimately falls short because there's hardly anyone who ever plays. But the good thing is that the AI in the game is amazing. While you won't be blown back by the features this game has, it does have 3 character classes which you can customize, and lots of good weapons. Hashtag #DatGoatDo. Here's the obligatory slow motion badass scene that they show in every game trailer. And big surprise, there's a goat again. Lots of significance with the goat here. Number 6. I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. I don't know if Respawnables should be this high on the list, but it has a really high impact with the iOS community. So yeah, I do think it deserves to be on this list. So see, this is an arcadey kind of game, which is really run and gun, really quick paced, and it's just overall a really colorful, charismatic kind of game. I mean, it has loads of characters and character customization options, and tons upon tons of weapons. My biggest problem with this game is the abundance of in-app purchases, of course. It's almost impossible to get anywhere without at least paying for something. And then that leads to another problem, which is hacking, but I'm not gonna get too in-depth about that. But yeah, I'm sure like iChase and everyone else who is a Respawnables fan would agree that it deserves to be number 6 on this list. So I'll leave you guys with a short funny clip from the Respawnables teaser trailer. Number 5. Call of Duty Strike Team. Okay, I know what you guys are thinking. You guys think I'm crazy. You probably already do think I'm crazy. But this one is kind of justified, I think. Okay, so regardless of what side you're on, Battlefield or Call of Duty, you have to admit that Call of Duty is owned on consoles by Activision. That is not up to debate. So I guess it's pretty easy to see why people would get excited when Activision announced that they were going to make a mobile version of the series. And it falls short on many parts. But don't just take my word for it. Okay, let's listen to some British people talk about it.
The game comprises of a campaign based in 3 theatres. The campaign missions are broken up into sections to allow the player to pick up and play and then come back to it later.
We've got assault rifles, light machine guns, sniper rifles, shotguns. I don't think people will be disappointed.
And yet we were so much, Activision. No multiplayer, what were you thinking? Were you awake when you were doing this game, were you? I mean, I bet Gameloft was biting its nails when they heard that this was coming to mobile, and then you released this? I mean, come on. If you want Gameloft to pump out really good games, they need competition. And this is exactly what we needed, but no. Move on to the next one. While everything I have said so far has been negative, this is a pretty solid experience though, especially with an MFI controller. And it is a Call of Duty experience, which isn't amazing, but it is a really good experience for mobile. 4. Welcome to Paradise. Not. Dead Trigger 2 made this list, and it is a great FPS, one of my favorites. So this is a sequel. What did they do? Improve the graphics, added in-app purchases, made it online only, and impossible to level up. So many mixed feelings about this game. Thing is, this is definitely one of the best looking, if not the best looking FPS on the App Store right now. This is just absolutely fantastic. The gameplay, fantastic, especially with the controller. And the missions are quite varied and update all the time. And while it is possible to get by this game without paying even a cent, it is near impossible, like I said. The game really enforces in-app purchases on you at every single corner, and that is a shame. But I guess it's expected from a free game like this. Don't expect anything different. This is just a zombie slaying game which looks great, plays great. Nothing new. Number 3! It's Team Fortress 2, I mean Blitz Brigade. This is an absolutely fantastic game which Gameloft took from the concept of Team Fortress 2, as they do all the concepts for their games. This game has extremely fleshed out gameplay in that it has vehicles, multiple character classes, and tons of weapons. Over 100 as you can see. Even though this is one of Gameloft's freemium titles, the weapons are actually very balanced. And while you have to buy to get around, this is a really fun game even without the cash. This is super easy to recommend, and it is Team Fortress 2 on mobile. I mean, is that enough for you? N.O.V.A 3 is an absolute masterpiece crafted by Gameloft. I have no idea. The ambitions for this game were set so high, and they were met so gracefully. Introducing amazing graphics effects like motion blur and particle effects, this game was a visual masterpiece as much as it was from a gameplay perspective and a cinematic one. This is one of Gameloft's inspired games by Crysis and Halo, so these two games obviously have a really high impact on consoles, and so translating this to mobile was an amazing idea. And while we would like to see a sequel for this, with this amazing multiplayer, I don't know if we will. I don't know if I'll ever see a marvel like mechs and vehicles and multiplayer ever again in a Gameloft game, but we'll see, time will tell. Before I unveil the #1 pick, take a look at these honorable mentions.
Flushing him out.
You all know what series my #1 is coming from. Mortal Kombat 5, although a great game, was overhyped and fell short almost on all places. Mortal Kombat 4, though beloved to all of us, fell short because of its slow pacing during the multiplayer. And you all know what the best Mortal Kombat is. Mortal Kombat 3, Fallen Nation. This was the game that started it all. The game that established Mortal Kombat as its own franchise, its own series, and got the community growing. This is where all the community started from. Beanace Gamer, Podo, Nexi, N.O.V.A Frostcope. This is where they all came from. This is where they're going. And, I mean, this game will maintain its amazing quality. Look at these graphics. This will remain probably the best Modern Kombat there ever was. Taking inspiration from the Call of Duty Modern Warfare franchise, this is the game that saw people putting down their Xbox controllers and picking up their iPads. The fantastic multiplayer had 8 game modes, where Mortal Kombat 5 has only 4? It also had 6 maps and an incredibly rewarding level up system of up to 90 ranks. While updates did bring more maps and things that the community wanted, the game also had extremely customizable weapons with new attachments like sights and ammo. Mortal Kombat 3 featured 21 weapons in addition to throwing knives, different grenades, 7 pieces of equipment and 7 perks. Weapons could also be fitted with different attachments, as I previously mentioned, and all of these weapons were based on real-world counterparts, even though they had fictional names. The Bravil 1, the MC8 1, the Intercept L200, the ACM, the Shred 4, it didn't matter what you were using because the game was fairly balanced. Okay, that's subjective, but there were so many weapons and everyone just had fun. And I mean, the snipers worked well, everything worked as it was supposed to. And I'm sorry, but this background gameplay is by Nexi, not me. I'm sorry for stealing this, but I couldn't find anything. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. It means a lot that you guys have been subscribing to my channel and sharing my videos. And I mean, while every YouTuber does say this, I want to say that I am so thankful to you guys. And to be completely honest, I never expected to get this far, and I don't expect to get any further. I hit my lifetime goal of 100 subscribers. Lifetime goal. And it's absolutely mind-boggling to learn that you get this far in YouTube, people like you this much. And it means a lot. I mean, it's so crazy. So crazy. And I will continue to make content for you guys. I will continue to put 110% into my videos, as I always do. And I mean, it's just crazy. I mean, I've met so many awesome people like N.O.V.A Frostcope, Ducky Shot, what the hell, 808 IFY. People who've been with me from the beginning. And I mean, I wish I could say all of your names, give you all shoutouts, but I can't. But I mean, please subscribe today and join us on this journey. I'll have another video out for you guys tomorrow, and I mean, it's just amazing. I mean, I know it sounds so cheesy, but it's true, and it's absolutely mind-boggling. So, thanks so much for your support, you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow in the next one. Goodbye. Oh, and by the way, to Nexi, I'm sorry for using your gameplay in the background without consulting, but my videos aren't monetized, so I won't be making any cash off this, so don't worry about that. Sorry again. And to the rest of you, stay epically awesome. Peace.
Mm-hmm.